Beautiful, isn't it? Some might call it, some might say it's a holy waterfall. I do. This is where I come to think. This is where I come and meditate. Very peaceful. I don't share this with a lot of people, but this is kind of the space that I like to sit, think about life in the world. How often do you sit down and you take the time to actually ponder life? Many people never do. They can't even sit for 15 minutes. Right now, we're in a moment in time. Attention is one of the most valuable commodities in our society at the moment. Social media is a big example of that. I'm talking to you on it right now. Average person spends 6 hours a day on it. So they don't go to places like this. I think it's very important to come and have a place that's holy or sacred to you, that you can disconnect. I'm not just talking about from a phone, I'm talking about from everything else. Here's the thing. When you go through life and you have your day-to-day struggles and your day-to-day scenarios, you lose touch of what's important. You lose perspective on why it is you're doing what you're doing. If you don't take time, set aside, and ponder, meditate, you may lose track of where you are and what you're doing with your life and end up in a bad place. For many years, I made a practice of doing meditation as far as, variety forms, doing, just thinking and pondering forms of meditation, and then meditation without thinking at all, trying not to think. It's been one of the most useful things for me. It really has. It's probably set me on the best path that I ever could have been on. And I realized so much how important to me it is that I even went and bought a property that had a place like this so I could really, really double down and spend more time doing it. So, let's get to the point. You in your day-to-day go through struggles and you suffer. All of us do, some more than others. The suffering that you experience is often from ignoring your problems. We have challenges that are given to us in life, challenges that are there for us to develop. I call it spiritually. Some people may just say it's, personal growth or self-development, something like that, right? Evolution. But I think that the real purpose is for us to forge ourselves into better beings. Some people go along with this idea, but not so many. Anyway, the week to week, you get caught up in your job, your 9 to 5, your whatever, and you probably come up short on how much money you make or how much progress you have in your career, etc., or family, friends, having better relationships. And then you sit down whenever you get a free minute, you scroll on your phone, you smoke weed, you drink a beer, you numb yourself. The answer is right here. Doing those things will not improve your life. They are going to distract you from life. The number one thing you need to do is to accept your challenges, accept your pain, and then you need to meditate. Come up with a solution. Or else you're always going to be stuck in that downward cycle of not making any progress. So, let's say you want to, at the end of your day, do your numbing habit, whatever it is. And then you sit and you are out of your mind. And then the next day you wake up and you go back to work, and then you come back home and you do the same thing again, and then you get a little moment of clarity. You say, you know what, I'm going to do something about it. I'm feeling too stressed right now. I'm just going to drink another beer or whatever. I'll take care of it tomorrow. You need to find your own space. You need to sit. You need to think. And you need to be able to just let that pain sit inside of you so that you can move on. And let it spur you into making a decision that will actually start improving your life. You see, governments, rulers, tyrants know something about how humans work that you may not know. The more distracted and in constant toiling you can keep people, the less that they can actually take control of their lives and then not be slaves to their systems. So they have to keep you on this treadmill where you're just barely making success, barely getting by, almost getting to the next level, just to fall back where you were, right? So you have to take the time that you do have at the end of the day or on the weekend, whenever it is, and you have to sit and you have to figure out a way out of it. You have to take a little bit of time once you have some breathing space and use it to improve first your mind. That is the very foundation. If you can change the way that you think, the way that you experience, then you can change what you do. It all starts with thoughts in your head. It all starts from ideas that are bouncing around that then become actions. But you'll never have the chance to have an original thought or a thought based out of reality. This reality I'm sitting in right here, a direct line to God, until you're quiet and listen. Don't play when you set. You can still do these things in very strong moderation. Statistics tell me that you right now are on your phone getting at least 3 hours of screen time a day. A lot of you are playing video games for about 6 to 8 hours a week. Most of the people in the United States are drinking like 4 or 5 beers a week, etc., etc., etc. You have the time, but it hurts you too much to sit and realize the place you're at. Okay. So, when you can, take 1 hour a week, sit down in total darkness or in a quiet room somewhere away from everybody, or even best, in a place of nature, hopefully like this if you can, and you'll start getting a direct line to what many call God or the Creator. He made that. He put a lot of thought into it, right? Every aspect of it, it's a reflection of His divinity. It's a reflection of His thought processes and His perfect creation. It's a very high level of intellect. And if you sit around that thing, it'll rub off on you. You sit and think about it, about how gravity works perfectly, how all that water flows at a constant rate. It has a pleasant sound to it. This looks beautiful, right? So anyway, if you can do this, and then you start working your way to a point where a couple of times a week, you can do that and then think, your brain will start to rewire. Because right now, the way it is, your brain is a physical hard object. It has to unwind all of the wiring and neurons that you have inside of you so that you can start forming new thought patterns, because you have habits that have trained you to do certain things at certain trigger points. But when you get out in nature like this, what'll happen, you'll have anxiety at first. You'll have displeasure and boredom. But you have to sit and you have to teach yourself how to be comfortable with that boredom and how to deal with that anxiety. When you do that, you then will start to be able to say no to those addictions that you have. They're addictions. I mean, they're typically, most of them are socially acceptable, but there's something that if you tried stopping doing right now, you would start having urges to do them again. And look, I've had them too. I still have things that I do that help me at times, but they need to be in extreme moderation, so you can focus on your higher purposes. It's not just about money. It's not just about success. It's about learning what truth is and becoming closer connected to what your purpose in the universe is. Becoming conscious, aware, more in alignment with God. I challenge you to try and do something like this once a week, 1 hour. See what it does for you. I guarantee it will have an effect. Thanks, everyone.